Hi, Teacher Liz here. I wanted to come on real quick just to give you an overview from the beginning of my experience as an Outschool teacher. I'm super excited for this new platform. Like I said in my description, I've been a teacher for almost the last 20 years. I was a public school teacher for 10 years until I was pregnant with our fourth child, and I've been working exclusively from home. Um, while raising babies 4, 5, and 6, and the others are in school, obviously. Um, so I've been working exclusively from home, teaching online, teaching in my private music studio. I was a public school music teacher. Um, and I've also since become a nutrition and fitness coach. I teach virtual PIO classes. I'm starting to add some other fitness classes, different formats. So I do a lot of teaching. I do a lot of learning software and how to present online, and learning how to make the quality of videos better, things like that. So my new adventure is Outschool, and I'm super excited. The timeline, I was debating whether I should apply for Outschool and how that timeline works, whether they expect you to start teaching classes and offering classes right away. So I'm just coming on to tell you my experience from the beginning, from application to today, which is less than 1 month so far. So far, I've taught one class. I had one class that should have been canceled that wasn't, and I'll give you the experience there, which I was super excited that it didn't set me back. I've had communication with that parent. That parent has booked my class already for tomorrow, and I'm starting to make money already. Without school, just a little background, it's online teaching using Zoom. The company markets your class, so you apply to Outschool. They approve the classes that you want to teach. You give them a description and pictures and some videos introducing yourself, that are put on your profile page as a teacher so that parents can choose you and your class. You set the price per learner. You're teaching students ages 3 to 18, and you set the class size. So if you want a class size of only one student, you can do that like a private lesson, or you can say, I can teach up to 18 students, but if I don't get 3 enrolled, then I don't want to teach the class. And you have to actually contact the parents and cancel the class. Um, and if they've paid for the class already, then you go through a process where you issue a refund through Outschool. Outschool takes 30%, but you set the price. So, like I said, I've been teaching for VIP Kid for the past 4 years. I also teach for GoGo Kid, and I tried Magic Years. It wasn't really for me. Magic Years was online small group classes. Um, since the pandemic hit, I've been teaching my private studio students who normally come to my house, through Zoom. So I figured, you know what? I've been doing this anyway. I might as well market my classes and see if I can get group classes online for classes I'm already teaching: beginner violin, beginner piano. Um, I could do ESL, but I'm not planning to through Outschool. You could teach whatever you're passionate about. There are people who teach tying your shoes. There are people who teach fitness classes for kids. There's yoga classes. There's learn how to express your feelings classes. There's classes for everything. In the link below, or the first comment, I will put a link so you can check out Outschool. This is what I did. This was the first thing on my timeline. I signed up for Outschool through a friend. And by doing that, you get a credit for $20 to try classes for your kids to take. I haven't used them yet, but I'm going to. And when other learners sign up through your link, you both get a credit. So you get free classes. When teachers sign up through your link, then you get a referral bonus, which is an amazing bonus compared to other companies. I used to help people become teachers for VIP Kid or GoGo Kid, and I would coach them through the process. The bonus for Outschool is like double. So if you would like help, it's a super easy process, and I would be happy to help if you reach out to me. So the link to sign up to check out classes, what is offered, will be below. There's also a feature to Outschool that I love, that you get an email once a week what parents are requesting for classes. So this was the first thing I saw when I signed up to check out Outschool. I saw that there was a request for a beginner 6-year-old violin student how to hold the instrument correctly. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I teach this all the time. This will be so easy for me to offer a class. So that's my first class. So I signed up. A week later, I applied to teach because we're going on vacation, and I was like, oh, am I going to have to, start working right away because I'm planning to take time off? Is it really a good time, or should I wait for the end of the summer? I was going to wait for the end of the summer, and I'm so glad I did not. So I signed up to teach. The application is super easy. You fill out your experience working with kids. If you have teaching experience, you don't have to have credentials as a teacher, although I am working on having my teaching license renewed for the state of Pennsylvania. This was another thing I'm working on this week, so I've been super busy with other things. The process is easy. You type in some information, some descriptions of your experience, and you make a short intro video, like introducing yourself to Outschool administrators. And I would say so that was May 26th. By May 31st, Outschool sent me an email that I was approved to teach. That's not the end of the process. Then you have to approve their background check. So I put that through May 31st. By the end of the day, June 1st, which was a Monday. So on a Sunday, they sent through the background check. By Monday afternoon, I was an Outschool teacher. At that point, you have to start designing your class. So there's a form that you fill out with all of the description, what your students are going to learn, how you're going to teach the class. You can make a video for parents to see about introducing yourself as a teacher and your class. So this process took a little bit of time, not a lot. I have 6 kids at home. So I fit it in with the vacation planning and everything else I have going on. And then you send that for approval from Outschool. And that took a few days, 3 or 4 days. So this is, I want to say June 8th, I submitted my first class. By the end of that week, by June 11th, they sent me an email saying, okay, revise your description. There was a grammar error that I didn't realize. My class was on how to hold the instrument, and one of the times that the word hold came up, it said old, and I was like, oh, that was really not very smart of me to leave that in there that way. So make sure you double check before you send it in, because that will speed up your approval process for your class if you don't have to resubmit it. So I resubmitted on the 11th of June, and by the 13th, I could schedule sections. So, and this is one of the big differences between teaching other online platforms and Outschool. You can add a section whenever you want to. So I could add a short notice section, and I'll explain this in a minute. I ended up saying, okay, well, I'm going to give people a week to see if I get booked, because I have no saves. I have no followers at this point. I'm just offering a class, and there's thousands of other classes. Within a few days, the class that I had scheduled for Monday, June 22nd, I had 8 saves and 1 class scheduled, and I made a huge mistake. I want to say on Friday, the 19th, I scheduled this class, and I put for the class section to be at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. And I had a huge test that went until like midnight the night before. I was teaching for Go Go Kid at 5 o'clock in the morning. There was no way I could teach at that time, and I didn't even realize. I thought I had scheduled it for 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, go figure, a student in China picked up that class, and I missed it. I missed my first class. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I'm never going to get booked. This is terrible. If it was for one of these other companies, this would have been a disaster. But this mom emailed me. I get an email through Outschool saying, we really were looking forward to your class. Can we reschedule this for some time? And I responded, I said, oh my goodness, I am so sad and so sorry. This is totally my fault. How can we make it right? This opportunity is not available teaching through other platforms. You have a communication with people who want to take your class. So we have emailed back and forth. She's taking my class this Friday. She told me what times would work for her. I told her I will get the refund for the first class, and thank you so much for giving me another chance. In the meantime, that Monday morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, when I realized I missed my first class, I offered a new section at 3 o'clock in the afternoon that same day because I was so upset. I thought I was going to be teaching at that time. It was totally my mistake. And someone else picked up that class, and we had a great private class. Now, this class was designed for 3 to 8, 4 to 8-year-old learners per class. One person picked it up, and I said, I'm going to teach it. I want a good review. And hope that I don't get axed from the whole program. So I taught the class. I got a 5-star review. The student seemed super happy. It was a student in the United States. And so now I've learned I can get booked at 3 o'clock in the morning or in the middle of the night or during my time that I normally would be teaching VIP Kid or Go Go Kid if I choose to get up super early. Or I can teach any other time during the day. And because Outschool is marketed worldwide, you could have learners in any country. I know people who have had learners in Japan and London and obviously China. So now I've taught one class. The price per student was $12. Go Go Kid. Outschool takes 30%. So I will be taking home $9 from that class. You get paid weekly. I'll be returning the $9 or the $12 that the student paid for the class I missed. And tomorrow morning, I have that student who booked me from China, and I have another student who is an American. I'm teaching the class at 7:30 in the morning this time, and so I'll make $24, and Outschool will keep 30% and pay me through PayPal. I am super excited. So within less than a month of applying to teach for Outschool, which was May 26th, by tomorrow morning, June 26th, I will have had 3 classes, 2 successful ones, and made a total of $18. No, $27 for 3 half-hour classes. So I will keep you posted on how this grows, but I'm also super excited. Now we're going on vacation. We're leaving Saturday morning. I know that for the other companies, I've had to tell people I'm going on vacation. I have regulars. Bookings have been low because a lot of people want to work from home. And I feel like I've got more and more saves. Every time I log into Outschool, people have saved my class. They've asked for me to offer at certain times. So the second person who booked my class for tomorrow morning said, can you please offer times, Eastern Standard Time, between 8 a.m. and noon for this class. So when people save your class, they can communicate with you and then they get notifications every time you schedule a new section. This is a one-time class. You can do repeated classes. You can do several classes in 1 week. Outschool suggests that your first classes are one-time classes. And you can now, you don't have to fill out all that paperwork again to be approved to teach a new class. You just offer a new section of it. So I've offered sections now for when we get back from vacation. And everyone who saves that class is going to see every time I offer a new section. I'm so excited. This is an amazing opportunity. If you'd like to learn more, subscribe to my channel and feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. If you search Liz Carson Loving Life at gmail.com, you can email me, find me on Facebook, or write comments below and I'll respond to you. Yay!